What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and Finner saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you an update from Metamaterials and I will show you how this update might be related to the MMTLP saga. On top of that, I will explain you 2 points of view and I will show you basically thoughts of two people with different points of view. One of them is the person who is in litigation process against the wrongdoers, and the second one thinks that potentially the decision should be made directly through authorities. On top of that, I will show you my personal point of view and I will explain you why I'm leaning toward resolution through court decision. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So let's start with this couple of tweets that was made by Metamaterials Twitter account, and as you can see they published it 3 and 4 hours ago. And they said, "Hello world, we are back and committed to keeping you informed. Stay tuned for updates on the BK process, strategies and actions shared through this account and website. Official news by trustee Lavata will also be available here soon. We thank her for her incredible support, MMAT." And the second tweet is following: "DMs are now open. Send any questions related to trustee Lavata that may have not been answered. Response time may vary depending on the question. We will aim to create an FAQ on the website in the new year." And guys, a lot of people think that this update might also be related to MMTLP saga, and we have a lot of speculations about this. For example, this one, Ben Hazek wrote this: "Just in, Metamaterials has reactivated their website and X page. Not only that, but a 15-day counter has been counting down to an unknown release. What do you think it is?" He added, "Will Wes Christian say something? Is Polycars preparing to launch Ari Rubinstein into orbit on Elon Musk's BFR? Find out soon, folks." So guys, I have to admit that all of these statements are just speculations without any grounds, without any real information behind it. And I have to admit that this countdown, let me show you on their official website. And this countdown is nothing else that the countdown pretty much to the end of the year. As you can see, this is the new year countdown, and we have pretty much the same amount of time till January the 1st, a little bit more, I would say. So, and let's take a look again at this countdown. As you can see, 15 days, 9 hours, 1 minute and 27 seconds. This means, guys, I don't think that on January the 1st we will see some major update that potentially might be related to MMTLP. On top of that, guys, I don't think that this update from Metamaterials might be related to MMTLP in general, because they are, for now, they are in the bankruptcy procedure, and I have to admit that potentially this countdown is nothing else but the countdown till the FAQ section release. And I think that's it, and I think you shouldn't speculate about it, but definitely it is good to know that Metamaterials for now explains its current status in regards to the bankruptcy procedures. So, let me show you quite interesting tweet from Curtis. In response to this set of tweets, in response to this news, he made this tweet. It is just a smirking face, and I have to admit that Curtis is one of the people who prefer to have a resolution through the help of Congress. And he doesn't like actions that were made by other camp of our community, who filed several lawsuits right before statute of limitations, and who want to sue not only broker-dealers or authorities, but also who want to sue John Burda, Greg McCabe, and NextBridge Hydrocarbons itself. So time will tell which path is more prominent for the MMTLP community. But guys, I have to admit that my personal point of view is still the same. I think we shouldn't rely on one path only, but in my opinion the more prominent path is definitely path through litigations, because we are in this saga for more than 2 years, and since the U3 halt was implemented, we don't have any results through Congress meetings and through other authorities who has power to solve this problem. That is why I think we have to use the litigation power in order to force the wrongdoers to make this settlement. On top of that, guys, let me show you my thoughts in regards to 2 additional days of trading. Again, a lot of people think that the only path to the resolution is 2 additional days of trading with position close only settlement. And guys, position close only will not help you at all, because first of all, we don't have MMTLP shares for now. All these shares were switched to NBH shares, and NBH is technically a completely different entity, and it has its own board of directors, and right after the spin-off you cannot rely on NBH that it will be tradable anytime soon. On top of that, guys, with the loss of Orogrande assets, the intrinsic value of NextBridge hydrocarbon shares on the fair market is close to zero, because according to their latest earnings report, they don't have any money to operate at least for next half a year. This means they have basically 2 paths. First of all, they have to dilute existing shareholders in order to have some money to continue their work, or they have to file a bankruptcy. Unfortunately, yes, they have to file bankruptcy because they don't have any grounds, they don't have any assets, and basically the main point of the NBH spin-off was the development of the Orogrande Basin. And for now, without these properties, definitely they don't have anything that can prove their intrinsic value. That is why on a fair and transparent market, even if broker-dealers will be forced to close position only, they can put the limit orders prices for just extremely low levels, let's say just 10 cents or 15 cents, and they will wait. They will wait until the actual MMTLP shareholders will take these orders and will sell their shares for these prices. At the same time, guys, the number of shares drastically increased since the spin-off procedures, because originally it was only 165 million shares, but for now it is more than 245 million shares, and this means it is a more than 50% dilution on these shares. And this means even if the intrinsic value of NBH remains the same, the value of your shares was reduced accordingly to this dilution process. So that is why, guys, I still think that for now we have to use any possible paths to the resolution, and that is why, as a part of this entire saga, John Burda and Greg McCabe and NextBridge Hydrocarbons and its board of directors might be a decent solution for shareholders to solve this problem, because potentially they were the people who knew about the real value of Orogrande assets, and they knew about it, and that is why they sold some of their shares right before the U3 halt. And all these reasons make me thinking that potentially the only path to the resolution is the path through litigation processes. But nevertheless, I have to admit that if something substantial happens in Congress or with DOGE, I mean Department of Governance Efficiency, definitely we can also rely on this path as well. On top of that, guys, don't forget about the DJT case that we have on the table next to our case, and let me show you the update related to this part of the resolution. John Burda reposted the tweet that was written by Stephanie, and Stephanie reposted the tweet that was made by Market News 15 hours ago, and I covered it in my yesterday's video, that David Nunes gives an update on naked short selling. And he stated that Congress is aware and investigating the matter. And let me show you this tweet in details. It's great to hear David Nunes talk about naked short selling. It is a systemic risk to the market. Many companies are being attacked. But the biggest issue is fail to delivers that are allowed to roll over indefinitely by the DTCC. The DTCC has the ability to stop it, but don't. SEC and FINRA help. But until you stop them from selling securities they don't own and can deliver, we will never have a free and fair market. I have learned a lot from listening to Naked Short and Greedy by Susan Trimbath, and I think everyone should listen to this book, especially the politicians and new administration, so they actually know how deep the problem is. And I completely agree with that the major problem for now is failure to deliver as well, because we can see according to the most recent earnings report of hedge funds that they have huge amounts on failure to deliver. So on basically it is the line stocks sold and not yet purchased. And that is why, guys, they can basically literally print the money infinitely with this type of loophole. And we have to stop it. Definitely we have to stop it. So, and for now, let me show you some tweets that can show you the thoughts behind the scenes. You know that a lot of people don't like Scott Roth and his actions, especially the most recent actions that he is trying to sue NextBridge Hydrocarbons, John Burda and George Palikars. He explained that it is not his primary target. The main defendants in his lawsuit are still FINRA, SEC, Charles Schwab, EQ, formerly known as AST, and only at the last part he wants to sue John Burda, Greg McCabe and NextBridge Hydrocarbons. But here's quite interesting set of tweets that explains his thoughts behind the scenes. And this is the response from his own tweet that I covered again just several days ago, where he explains his position about the John Burda's and Greg McCabe's actions. And Sam asked him directly. It's simple question. What is the share counts? Does not matter if there is an oil, gold, coal, or simply just wooden stick. I don't care. I bought shares and my shares been halted. McCabe, Burda, nothing to do with the halt. Only FINRA and crooks did it. They got the nuke button. And Scott responded, Sam, there is a circumstantial evidence as well as trading records that show Burda, McCabe and several other insiders were possibly aware of the U3 halt in advance. Proof positive? Not unless we get into their emails and phone logs, and that's via discovery. The Texas cases name Burda and McCabe as defendants. I don't, as I was after bigger game up here in Vermont, but you can see the DNA of the Vermont suit in the Texas cases. The plaintiffs down there decided to go after the most easily proven wrongs. I think you may be correct in one respect, since the SEC has studiously avoided getting Palikars and Burda's trading records. The entire civil proceedings against George Palikars and John Burda may be shams themselves, where a nominal fine gets paid and they go on their way. Not like we haven't seen that happen before, not that Burda is now part of the Olivian outfit. So there is no stigma with any SEC or FINRA charges or proceedings these days, because we all know they are all in on the grift. The SEC has much bigger fish they could fry, but they leave Citadel alone. View 2? Yet try and smash Elon and others who won't play ball. The SEC is a joke, FINRA is worse. It's the same reason I think for the moment George Palikars is clean for the moment. But I will follow the evidence whether it leads on anyone in this sewer of a situation. And Sam again asked him, Scott, I'm not the brightest light in the room, but I can see through it. Anything and everything that Burda and McCabe did or done had nothing to do with the halt. I don't care if they broke my grandma ankles, but the U3 halt got nothing to do with it. FINRA pushed the button. And Scott responded, I never said that they had the horsepower to do the halt. That was FINRA. But where they tipped off, I'd suggest look at the 10K from NBH in early 2023. It shows they sold prior to the halt. Draw your own conclusions. And Sam wrote this. Again, we can go around and around with what they did or did not do. The issue still remains that the whole problem is how. We don't care if they kissed or dated each others. The issues still remain. What is the share counts? And guys, I have to admit that on the one hand, I 100% agree with this statement, but on the other hand, if the problems with the U3 halt and the potential solution for this part is just to remove this U3 halt and to trade MMTLP shares to additional days of trading. In this case, guys, I think you will get literally nothing because I explained to you just a couple of minutes ago, the intrinsic value of NBH is literally zero. That is why, guys, I don't think that it might be a quite decent solution. That is why, in my opinion, litigation is the more prominent path. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. I want to show you the thoughts from another side, from another part of MMTLP community. And Murdoch, the meta guy, wrote this. MMTLP. What is a wild concept to me is the way that Scott Trott attacks Busy Brands et al. Busy has been pivotal in getting us the reach and support that we have. Laura Lumel said she heard about our story from Charles Payne's quote post of Busy. See quote post below and confirmed by her in her interview with Drew. We jumped on that opportunity by joining her Rumble broadcast and getting her attention to have due diligence on the show to talk about the MMTLP fiasco. She coined it financial terrorism. While Scott flings pull at shareholders and Space Queens, our resolve only straightens. Drew, Busy, Junk Savvy, and Art Burn, I apologize for whoever I have missed. I don't deserve the vitriol you have been spewing, Scott. They have done incredible work to raise awareness, network, and garner support from influential and powerful people out there. They have earned the respect while you came in guns blazing, essentially commanding people to bow down to your presence because it's on like Donkey Kong. And when Baby didn't get his bottle, he threw a tantrum and kicked over the bin of Lego blocks. We have been fighting this longer and more consistently than you thought, X Spaces, etc. You would have little to no reach if it wasn't for the X community, which was founded by Cynthia, Curtis, Edward, and myself. You come over from Facebook and read the coattails of what we have built. You can't just put us all on blast for being paid by McCabe. That's a wild allegation with no evidence to support it. I don't care what the F you think about Greg McCabe. We, at least I do, support him, and there is zero financial incentive to do so as well. Don't like us? Cool. There is a plenty of reasons not like you either. So guys, for now you can clearly see both sides of the conflict, and I have to admit that I understand both of these sides, and I have to admit that the main issue in between these two camps inside the MMTLP community is the misunderstanding on a personal level. And guys, Scott explained his position several times, and he explained why he is trying to sue at the very last time John Burda, Greg McCabe, and Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. And I think the first red flag for the people who want to see solution through, for example, Congress is that at some point at time Scott said that he potentially will switch his lawsuit to the class action lawsuit. And definitely This fact was like a red flag for the majority of MMTLP community. But instead of Scott, we can see this type of lawsuit that was switched from the ordinary lawsuit to the class action lawsuit that was made by Mark Basile and Anna Trates. And for some reasons, guys, no one tells nothing about this fact. So definitely, I think we have to be more polite to each other, and we have to respect each other despite all the thoughts and all the actions that we are trying to do.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up.